Welcome to the MD Solutions Optimax Training Series, Payment Posting Overview Part 1. Optimax RCM includes many capabilities designed to streamline the workflow for payment posting. In this session, we will review those tools. After filing claims for payment, the payer returns either a paper explanation of benefits or an electronic remittance advice. Paper EOBs are posted manually into a receipt, while ERAs are interpreted by the system and shown in their own list view for review and posting into a receipt. Either way, you end up with the receipt as a record of their payments and adjustments. Each receipt can be applied to patient items, provider accounts, facility accounts, or practice accounts. Patient items are always normal services entered on billings, but the other accounts are used for financial transactions that are not directly associated with the specific patient and service, such as interest, penalties, bonuses, etc. Now, let's take a look at the Payment Setup Navigation group. This group contains 3 lists of codes that are used in payment posting. First, we have the ERA adjustment codes. The payer sends back an ERA adjustment code to explain each adjustment taken in the electronic remittance. You can configure posting codes in each ERA adjustment code to control which pay code will be used when the adjustment is posted against a service. Next, we have the ERA remark code. This is used for further explanation of the reason behind a particular adjustment taken by the payer. Optimax includes the ERA remark codes in the posted adjusted item. And then we have pay codes. Pay codes determine the financial impact of a posting entry and its effect on the billing status when it is posted. There are 4 categories of pay codes in Optimax. First, we have the payment. When a payment posting entry is saved, it will reduce the balance due for the service where it is applied. This represents actual money received or taken back if negative, and will be reported as a debit to cash and GL interfaces. Next, we have adjustment. This is a reduction in the amount payable for the service based on contractual limitations or other factors. Adjustment posting entries represent a reduction in AR and usually are reported as an expense in GL interfaces. And then we have the deductible. This is an informational posting entry that indicates that the payer believes some amount of the charge is the patient's responsibility. Often, this amount may become due from a secondary coverage rather than the patient, so a posting entry with a deductible type code will not affect the AR in any way and are generally not reported in a GL interface. And finally, we have the note. A note type posting code is used when you do not agree with the payer's determination. Notes indicate to the system that this needs attention and follow-up work. We do not want to adjust the balance and write off the AR like the payer has instructed. Notes indicate that further work or data entry corrections are needed. When posting entries are saved, a service line with a note type code will cause the billing status to be set to a rejected status. So primary rejected, secondary rejected, or tertiary rejected, and the AR balance will not be reduced. Here are some recommended pay codes. Pay. Only one payment code is needed for payments. Adjust. This would be used for insurance adjustments. Additional codes are not recommended for insurance adjustments, as they will have the ERA adjustment codes associated with the posting to provide further identification of the adjustment. Write-off. This would be used for internal adjustments to balances for bad debt, professional courtesy, etc. Deductible. This would be assigned as a posting code for ERA code 1. Coinsurance. This would be assigned as posting code for ERA code 2. And copay. This would be assigned as posting code for ERA code 3. And then rejected. This would be assigned on any ERA code that represent issues that should be corrected and the claim resubmitted. Of course, you may add additional adjustment type codes if you wish to further classify write-offs, specifically as bad debt, professional courtesy, or other reasons you internally adjust balances. It is also possible to create additional note type codes to provide distinction between the types of rejections. For example, you have a note code for rejections around the diagnosis, procedures, modifiers, etc., and create a second note type code for demographic rejections, such as invalid coverage or invalid patient information. If you aren't sure if you need any additional pay codes, please reach out to support for assistance. You should now be able to identify and understand payment setup and how the pay code categories impact a billing status. Be sure to view Payment Posting Overview Part 2 for instruction on how to configure posting codes.